Sing High, Sing Low with Vash Kennett.
Let's sing high and let's sing low of our country long ago, how the people made it grow. Come and hear my story. Let's take pioneering trips, railroads, wagons, sailing ships, over plains and mountain tips. Come and hear my story. Hi. We are going to take a trip today, a trip to a spot where you and I, if we chose to go, could really be pioneers just as our grandfathers and great-grandfathers were right here in the United States years and years ago. Have any idea where that might be if I told you that it was, well, in a way, part of the United States, too? If I told you it had a lot of snow and that we bought it from Russia, oh, almost 100 years ago, paid $7 million for it, would you know where it would be? Alaska. Yes, actually, there were lots of people that didn't think that it was a very smart purchase. And Mr. Seward, who was the Secretary of State at the time that our country bought Alaska from Russia, was teased about it a great deal. In fact, it was called Seward's Folly. And people thought that it was probably just a great lot of wasteland, and it wasn't a very rich country or a very valuable country at all. We'd probably made a great mistake. Well, as you might know, Alaska actually is a very rich country. She has lots and lots of minerals, lots and lots of gold, in fact. Did you know that Alaska had a gold rush? Yes, a real honest-to-goodness one, in 1898, just about 50 years after we had ours in California. And Alaska's gold rush was very similar to ours in the sense that in order to get there, you probably would go by ship or by boat. There's a song that comes from the California Gold Rush called the Sacramento. This was the kind of a song that came on shipboard and had its words kind of changed to tell the story of going around the Horn. A bully ship and a bully crew, ho-da and a ho-day, a bully mate and a captain too, oh, ho-da day. Blow ye winds high-ho for California-o. There's plenty of gold, so I've been told, on the banks of the Sacramento. There's money for the ship that's fast, ho-da and a ho-day. Our captain locked the sail to the mast, oh, ho-da day. The roaring forties raged and blew, ho-da, ho-day. Aloft the lanyards tore in two, oh, ho-da day. Blow ye winds high-ho for California-o. There's plenty of gold, so I've been told, on the banks of the Sacramento. From Ambrose Light to the Golden Gate, ho-da and a ho-day. In 90 days or we'll be late, oh, ho-da day. We've picks and shovels in the hold, ho-da and a ho-day. Let's jump the ship and pan for gold, oh, ho-da day. Blow ye winds high-ho for California-o. There's plenty of gold, so I've been told, on the banks of the Sacramento. Well, the Eskimo was the inhabitant of Alaska before the white man came. And his life was really very much like the American Indian before the white man came. He did lots of hunting and lots of fishing, and there were lots of things to hunt and to fish. There were lots of whales and, oh, there were seals and lots of salmon. And he spent most of his time just hunting and fishing and probably trying to keep warm a bit. I wonder, do you know what the Eskimo wears in the way of clothing? He'll have a big parka that's made of seal skin, and he'll wear shoes that are made of caribou hide, and he wears mucklucks, which are, oh, big high boots that reach all the way up to the knee. And if you've thought that the Eskimo always lived in the igloo, well, you're kind of wrong, because actually the igloo was used just when he was out on the trail hunting. And this is more like the kind of house you'd find an Eskimo or even a pioneer today would live in Alaska. A log cabin that looks not unlike the same kind that the settlers in our country used. The Eskimo was very clever with wood. He not only could make the log cabin, he sometimes made a cabin made of driftwood, and then, too, he was very clever in carving wood, and he would make these totem poles, all very intricately carved. Well, before the white man came, the Eskimo did lots of whaling and had a very ingenious way of going about the whaling. He tied great big balloons on the end of his harpoon when he went to throw it to kill the whale. And the balloons were made out of sealskin. And he just put all the air in them, and then when he threw the harpoon, there would be a number of balloons on the end of them. Of course, this kept Mr. Whale from going down deep into the ocean, and it made him a little bit easier to catch. Well, when the white man came, he saw the possibilities of the whaling industry, and so lots and lots of ships were sent up into the Alaskan area, and lots of whales were harpooned. There's a song that is sung that really came from the Atlantic part of our country, or the Atlantic basin, about whaling, but perhaps it was taken around to the Alaskan area too, and it goes like this. Oh, the lookout stood on the topmost tree, and a right-looking man was he. With a glass in his hand, the horizon he scanned. It's a fish, it's a fish, it's a whale, cried he. It's a fish, it's a whale, cried he. Now the captain stood on the quarter deck, and a brave little man was he. Overhaul your davy tackle fall, and lower your boats to the sea, brave boys, and lower your boats to the sea. Now the boat's being launched and the men aboard, and the whale, she was close at hand. Oh, the boatswain, he cried, strike the whale, strike the whale. There she blows at every span, brave boys, there she blows at every span. Oh, when this whale we did harpoon, she made one slap with her tail, and down went the boat and those 10 jolly tars, and neither did we catch that whale, brave boys, never did we catch that whale. To lose the whale, our captain said, it grieves my heart full sore, but oh, to lose my gallant men, it grieves me 10 times more, brave boys, grieves me 10 times more. Cold winter days are drawing nigh, brave summer days are o'er, as we set sail for Anchorage, and the pretty gals waiting on the shore, brave boys, and the pretty gals standing on the shore. Well, as we talked about the difference in the Eskimo's life after the white man came, really, it made a great deal of difference to him. Some of his fishing and some of his hunting, and a lot of his activities changed as a result of the white man. Food wasn't nearly as easily to get, so the white man imported the reindeer, because the reindeer is an animal that can withstand cold. And from the reindeer, the Eskimo got lots of food, used the skin for clothing, and even had milk from the herds and herds of reindeer. And here the Eskimos sort of changed from a hunting and fishing people to a pastoral people, where they went out with their great herds of reindeer and spent lots of time taking care of them. Now, I wonder if you've thought about the climate of Alaska. Do you assume that all of Alaska is very, very cold? Because if you do, you're wrong. The southern part of Alaska is as warm as it is in the United States in many parts. It's very pleasant, very temperate. It's only the very far north that gets so cold. It does, way down to sometimes 90 below zero. And if you wondered what the country looks like, well, there are lots of mountains, and lots of glaciers, and lots of snow. In fact, it isn't possible to cultivate very much of Alaska, and as a result, farming products are very expensive, and it's hard to farm. In fact, the city life in Alaska is very different than the city life in the United States. If you went, say, off on a bridge, you could throw a line over the edge and catch a fish. You might find, say, a moose in your backyard. But at the same time, you find that your food cost an awful lot of money and that supplies were costly, just like the pioneer days of years and years ago. And you'd find that you didn't have very much in the way of railroads, or in the way of miles of railroads anyway. Not very many roads. Transportation is difficult. Supplies are hard to get and expensive too. Wonder if you've ever thought about homesteading. You know, that was something the early pioneers did, and something you can do in Alaska. 160 acres, but you have to work on it, and you have to live on it in order to keep it. And it's hard work. It'll take one man a year to clear just an acre of forest, timberland. And it's expensive to, say, take a bulldozer if one were available. As a result, if you want to keep your homestead, you have to really work hard. They say sometimes that it takes 3 generations to build a farm, or build a good farm, and I think that's probably true of Alaska more than almost any other place. It does take a long time to build a good farm. And you know, if you lived even in a city in Alaska, you'd have to go all the way probably to the States if you needed to have your teeth straightened, or if you had to have a special operation. So life is somewhat different. However, they have shops where the latest fashions are to be seen. And here's a song about the latest fashion. What will you wear, my dear, oh, what will you wear, Jenny Jenkins? Will it be white? Oh, no. Oh, no. I won't wear white 'cause the color's too bright. I'll buy me a falderall, riddle, oh, roll. Jenny Jenkins, roll. Well, will you wear blue, my dear, oh dear? Well, will you wear blue, Jenny Jenkins? No, I won't wear blue 'cause the color's too true. I'll buy me a falderall, riddle, oh, roll. Jenny Jenkins, roll. Well, will you wear green, my dear, oh dear? Well, will you wear green, Jenny Jenkins? No, I won't wear green 'cause it's shame to be seen. I'll buy me a falderall, riddle, oh, roll. Jenny Jenkins, roll. Well, will you wear purple, my dear, oh dear? Well, will you wear purple, Jenny Jenkins? No, I won't wear purple, it's the color of a turtle. I'll buy me a falderall, riddle, oh, roll. Jenny Jenkins, roll. Well, will you wear red, my dear, oh dear? Well, will you wear red, Jenny Jenkins? No, I won't wear red, it's the color of my head. I'll buy me a falderall, riddle, oh, roll. Jenny Jenkins, roll. Well, what will you wear, my dear, oh dear? Well, what will you wear, Jenny Jenkins? Oh. What do you care if I just go bare? I'll buy me a falderall, riddle, oh, roll. Jenny Jenkins, roll. Did you know I was talking about hats? Well, I was. Well, perhaps you will go to Alaska, maybe for a vacation. This has become a very happy place for vacations. Let's sing high and let's sing low of our country long ago. How the people made it grow. Come and hear this story. Let's take pioneering trips, railroads, wagons, sailing ships, over plains and mountain tips. Come and hear my story.
This is National Educational Television.